Hi guys, happy Friday. I hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And I'm just like so happy that Milton didn't completely destroy Florida and that our families are safe. And I'm just looking for the positive and looking just for the good and finding the good in the everyday. It's what we try to preach. And sometimes when you're in the thick of it, it's definitely hard to see it. But I'm feeling good going into the weekend. No matter what, talking about our rig and our situation, no matter what, everything's going to be okay. Like, we're not done with RV life. This isn't going to stop us. This is just part of the journey. And I think that just knowing you're prepared and having the coverage you need and just making sure you're covered as full-timers is so important, because going into this situation, we feel more confident and just we know that we've done everything that we can on our end to protect ourselves and to make sure that this can go more smoothly. So as far as the RV, we had an adjuster come out and look at it. I'm not going to go too much in the details of like the investigation with that, but I can tell you like what's wrong with it on that we have seen and what we know of. So when we were driving from our overnight to our destination, we realized, well, in hindsight, we realized that the RV was kind of like doing like a chug, but from like the back, like pulling like but like this, instead of like the normal bouncy roads, you know? And we're like, okay, noted. And then we pulled into this site. And before we left, like, as you guys know, like, I document everything. So I have videos of Drew pulling out. I have videos of us having breakfast. Like, so we looked back that morning and nothing was visible. Nothing was going on. Nothing was out of the ordinary. So we arrived at this location for overnight, and we went to go put out our slide that we had issues with the last time that we got fixed in May. I think it was May. It was like 5 months ago. And so when we go to put the slide out, it didn't go out. And we're like, okay, like, don't touch it. Leave it alone. We'll call Keystone in the morning. And so we're like, whatever. Like, we were flustered, but like, you know, we'd just been traveling. So we had to get the boys ready, get their food ready, get them settled. And I go to turn around, and right above the door, the crown molding is coming off the wall. And we're like, oh, let me backtrack really quick. So when we came in to open the slide, we realized the back wall with all of our, like, the shelving had dropped. So it was like bowing out, and like our stuff was falling out of it. And we were like, oh, you know, like, oh man. So that was the first thing we noticed before we put the slide out. So now fast forward, as I turn around, we see the crown molding. And Drew hops up on a stool to go like push the crown molding back in, and he notices a crack like down the wall. It's like 2.5 feet long, between the slide and the door. And so he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna open the door, I'm gonna go look around it. So he goes and he looks outside, and in the same place on the other side, it's cracked as well, all the way through. So we're like, okay, take a breath. So obviously we were like, you know, what's happening? So we go and do a walk around of the RV at that point. So we see another crack in the front of the RV on the opposite side, the side that the slide won't go out. It's our kitchen slide that won't go out. So at the front cap on the driver's side, there's a crack by the bedroom slide. And then we're like, all right, let's go inside and see if there's another crack. So we go inside, and there's another crack on the other side. You know, I'm just trying to take deep breaths, recounting the story. And so we're like, okay. So we're gonna call Keystone in the morning, you know? So we're just trying to like make sure, like, trying to notice if anything else is like out of the ordinary. And like the stairs were creaking and were coming off the wall a little bit. The tire, so that morning, the tire pressure was a little low on that side, and we always check our tires every single time we go. And so Drew was just keeping an eye on that tire, and we filled it, and sorry. When we got here, it was completely bald, like on the inside tire. And we're like, that's crazy. Like, our tires are great. They have all the tires are great. He checks them all the time. The thread is great. So we're like, you know, what's going on? So then we go on the roof the next day, and then at the top of the roof, the joints are separating in the same line as the crack is on the one side of the RV over. So pretty much like the RV is kind of coming apart, and these are like vacuum sealed. Drew knows the terms for these. Like, we have a Four Seasons rig. Like, the way that these structures are put together, like, a crack is serious, you know, in multiple places. So we luckily are covered in our structural warranty. We have a 3-year structural warranty, and then we also have insurance through full-time insurance through Progressive. So we've contacted them, we've contacted Lippard, we've contacted Keystone, and we're working with them to just figure out a solution. Like, I know nobody wants to like take blame for what's happening, but as full-timers, I feel like that needs to be recognized, that this is our home. It's hard for us to just be displaced and to leave and to, you know, let you take months and weeks and months to figure this out. Like, solutions and answers, and just working together cohesively to try to figure out a plan and not making us just a number sometimes, because it is emotional when you live in your RV full time and it is your home, you know. So I just wish overall businesses could look differently. If there was a way that we could help full-timers when needs like this happen. I've had so many people reach out to us in the community. The overwhelming love and support that we have received, and the people that are invested in like our lives, is just overwhelming. And I have just been offered homing, and just we've been hugged virtually from afar, knowing that we are supported. And that's what I feel so good about. Why I feel so good about this is because no matter what happens, like, we're together, we're healthy, and we're supported, and we're gonna make everything okay. Drew and I, you know, we always find the good, and we will always make it better. We know that the sun again will always shine again. So I feel like no matter what is ahead of us, that we are together, and we're going to be prepared for whatever comes our way. We're not done with RV life. Like, this is not stopping us. Our boys are super excited to try out a new house, you know, for a little bit and figure this out. Ideally, we would love to get back into a rig immediately. But there are steps, policies, and procedures that need to be followed, and we're just kind of like doing that and checking the boxes until we can get some answers. So we should know something more next week, and then once that happens, we ideally will hand our RV over to whoever, so Progressive, Lippard, or Keystone, and then yeah, so we don't really know. But that's kind of like where we're at. RV is not towable. It is not safe for the road. We are not allowed to move it. It could harm, put, you know, us in harm's way and other people in harm's way. So at this point in time, we're still in Missouri. We are going to get an Airbnb because our slide won't go out, and the temperature is dropping in the evenings, and it's supposed to be like in the 30s again this weekend or beginning of next week. And so since our slide can't open, our vents are covered by nylon carpet, and that's like a, you know, hazard because those things get hot. So we aren't able to put the heat on. So that, and then we also can't, we have an island, and so when the kitchen slides in, you can't get to the stove, you can't cook there, like you have to literally climb over it to cook. Like, I can't reach anything, we can't get into the pantry, we can't access any of the food that we just bought. So, you know, we're adapting, and we're gonna make this work, and we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna go have an adventure while we're doing it. So, you know, my message is to just find the good and to look for the bright side in everything, because I don't want to say everything happened for a reason, because it kind of sucks that this happened, but it happened. And I think that how I move forward is what matters. So that's the story. I just wanted to catch you guys up. I appreciate you all and all your love and support and well wishes and virtual hugs. It truly means a lot, especially when I was in a super emotional time just with the RV and my family and just the devastation that's happening in the world right now. Like, I'm lucky to be able to find new housing. There are people who have completely lost their homes and are homeless and don't know what to do. So I'm definitely standing in gratitude for where we're at. But I am sending my love to everyone outward who's displaced and ungrounded. I'm sending my love to everyone on this beautiful earth. But have a beautiful weekend, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.